In either case, it's going to be a first ban onto Uther from Gamers2. Uther finally getting a ban out here, proving to be such a formidable hero in this tournament, and an Abathur ban coming out from Team Liquid, not wanting Gamers2 to deal with their strong playstyle.
Yep, and I just noticed I have to do my intro all over again. So just for the record then on the boards and everything, I'm gonna do the intro. So welcome everybody to a best of 5 final here in the Enter the Storm Cup, sponsored by Alienware, casted by Haflamog and Nick Hotz, the hot guy from over the pond. I'm sorry, my microphone was muted for the map draft and everything, and I did some nice puns with my chocolate bar I showed on the camera. You missed it all. You will never know how funny I was there. It was hilarious. Nick couldn't hold himself. That's the truth, nothing else. So my mic is unmuted and everything is fine.
You could say I was in stitches. Man, I got those puns too, man. I got those puns too. But yeah, so we had that first ban onto Uther, and then we had the follow-up ban from Team Liquid onto Abathur, not wanting Gamers2 to get their hero, and Gamers2 going for a first pick onto ETC here. And the response from Team Liquid is going to be the Lost Vikings and Illidan, two premium heroes right now in Heroes of the Storm.
Yep, taking it away from Gamers2. That's the funny part. If you look at the drafts of Gamers2 and Team Liquid, they're relatively similar in what kind of heroes they prefer, and pretty much if they go for their normal draft style, how we know them, then they're always taking something away from the other team. I mean, that's the nature of a draft, but the draft style is really very similar on both teams. So Vikings, Illidan, that could have been just as well Gamers2 draft, but instead we get the ETC for Sucho, and of course we get the Malfurion. That's not too surprising, but I mean, the third pick will give us now the direction, what we gonna get, because we still need some proper damage, and that could be a Vala. Sylvanas, of course, can still be secured, something like that.
Time and time again, we've seen that Sylvanas coming out from Gamers2. Will they pick it up here? They did go for the Malfurion. Now they need some damage as they already secured a warrior and a healer, but no, it's going to be the Tassadar coming out here from Gamers2.
Yep, definitely, and I just see the chat reacting to my muted microphone. What a noob caster, kick them! What a noob. Either way, Tassadar coming out. They're not gonna show what kind of damage source they bring up in this game. It's Tassadar, Malfurion, and an ETC. So we have the supports, we have the tank. It's something you can, I guess, adjust to when you're Team Liquid, but then again, you also have to gamble a bit what kind of damage comes out. And every time they left the damage sources as the 4th and 5th pick, we saw something like a SGT. So my guess would be Sylvanas and or Vala and the SGT, but never mind, Team Liquid has the same train of thought. They picked the SGT instead.
Yeah, we did see in past series Team Liquid really liking that Illidan Sergeant Hammer on the same team, and they're going to have a Rhaegar to help support that as well. Gamers2, although they did deny that Tassadar from Team Liquid, I feel Team Liquid has to be pretty comfortable with their composition as of yet. But what will be the final two picks here coming out from Gamers2? They already have a healer, they already have a warrior, and they do have that kind of utility support in Tassadar. They really need some damage, and I feel it has to be Vala on one of these choices here. Possibly a Vala Sylvanas in that regard.
Yep, definitely. And now finally on the 2-minute delay stream, my microphone is on, so everything's fine. Everybody is now in a good mood, and we still have to see what Gamers2 get. I mean, I said, hey, it's Sylvanas or Vala plus a SGT, but Team Liquid completely destroyed my idea on this one. I still think it's either Vala or Sylvanas, or both, but then again, Sylvanas, Vala, I'm not really sure if that's enough damage. I mean, you have Vikings, big fat damage source, you have Illidan, powered up by Ancestral Healing, which means he can go full YOLO if the Rhaegar times it well. The SGT, Napalm Strike and whatnot, it's a lot of damage to deal with, but it might be enough. It kind of depends what kind of tank do we get out of Team Liquid. And also the reason they hide it for that long, maybe is it something unexpected? Do we see a comeback of Stitches here?
Based on the composition that Team Liquid has drafted, I don't think it will be a Stitches here. But going back to the Gamers2 side of things, we do have that Sylvanas that they know and they love and they've been using so much in this tournament. But will it be the Vala to solidify their team composition? I feel like they will have adequate damage if they go for that Vala pick here. But is it going to be Lala? We will have to see. Using a lot of their time pool here is Gamers2. But Team Liquid, I have to feel they might want to go for a Chen here, possibly a Tyrael, but I would most likely say a Chen. Diablo is still on the table, but I don't know if he synergizes that well with the composition right now for Team Liquid.
Well, the problem is for the lift, there's nothing that can actually synergize that well. That's the biggest problem. It would be something that could, I don't know, bring them back into the slowing range of the totem. That's the only thing I can think about. But at least I was right with my Vala and Savannah's guess. Well, that's the right thing. But we get a Tyrael. Okay, I was expecting that like something non-traditional comes out, and a Tyrael, well, it's just fine.
Yeah, it's not too bad, especially in combination with the Illidan for that double engage. Really nice, and we've seen it a little bit in this tournament. And as I keep bringing it up, we've seen it recently in Asian tournaments as well, getting that Illidan and Tyrael combination so potent for the engage.
Yep, definitely. And well, let's see. Do we have a lobby up already? No, we don't.
Yes,
Well,
we do now. I got
yes,
you in
we
there,
do
bud.
now. Perfect. Nick, cooperation with you is just amazing.
Mhm.
Working with Nick, always a pleasure. But I don't know. Like, the only thing I'm really afraid of is that, like, Gamers2, they have to be in a position where they have to burst down one target, and I think it has to be either Illidan or Rega. If they get Rega down, actually, I think Liquid's draft might fall apart really fast. Really, really fast, actually. And a Tassadar Malfurion has a bit more stamina throughout the fight, can outlast it, especially with the entire damage sustained by Vala, by the ETC tanking away a lot of things. And we have to see, it's Cursed Hollow, which means we have no chance for Mosh Pit, I think. And
Yeah,
just,
stage dive most likely here, the option for ETC. But I just feel that Gamers 2 kind of has the most well-rounded composition. Team Liquid very specialized in their choices. They do have the Vikings, they have Illidan, they have Sergeant Hammer. So a really interesting crew coming out here from Team Liquid, but will it be able to pan out for them? I'm not sure. Gamers 2 kind of with a more traditional setup here, but we're already going to get into game one of these finals. And just to reiterate, we do have Team Liquid up 1-0 as they were the winner bracket finals winners. So
yep,
Gamers 2 already down 0-1 in this series.
I actually have to update that right now, because they changed sites again, and of course we have to adapt everything here. So Liquid is on the other side this time, and now we just get them the right score because Liquid is one ahead. I actually thought it's without like winner bracket advantage, but well, it kind of surprised me that it is. So now it's 1-0 for Liquid, which means Gamers2 they have to fight double as hard. No introduction on the Gamers2 side, we just saw them for 7 games pretty much in a row, but on the other side Falcon, Lucifron as well as Grand Paquette now in the mid lane on that Sergeant Hammer, Rega and Tyrael. Top we're gonna see the Vikings here, Vortex, they might actually get ganked, but I think he's close enough to the gate to actually make an escape, and Plaque, the guy you praise so highly when it comes to melee heroes, is on that Illidan in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that's true, and we do have, once again, the Sylvanas tri-lane coming out here, putting a ton of pressure on the top lane, and we're going to have an immediate rotation in response here from Team Liquid. Lucifron and Grand Paquette coming up here to deal with that immense pressure from that tri-lane.
Yeah, but even that nice little burst at the beginning, it was, I don't know if it was really worth it, if I can call it like this, but a third of that tower just going down right there in the first some seconds of the game. So that's something I definitely like about Gamers2. They do that quite often, so I really love it. Bottom, I don't know, we saw Sucho going against Illidans in a lane quite often already, and it's kind of interesting how that guy survives in the lane. Even Pluck has to be careful now. I mean, he has another evasion, so he has to go back, but with the next power slide, for example, he has to be careful about his HP.
Yeah, definitely not taking the best trades there in the bottom lane, but the Lost Vikings now rotating in the mid lane. Is Olaf going to get picked off? Yes! Sylvanas roaming down here and helping Testadar pick off the Olaf of Vortex.
Yep, so you get a quarter of a hero XP there, Well, it's not the best roam kill you can get, but it's, I mean, at the very early game you take everything you can get, and well, a Vikings kill is a Vikings kill. Maybe now this rotation, it's not enough for a kill, obviously, but nice damage there on 2 heroes. And in the meantime, top, you see also Vala now like applying a lot of pressure on the tower, down to about 50%. The early pressure, I definitely love it what they do. Sylvanas now in the mid, trying to replicate what she already did top. Luciferon also has to be careful on his HP.
Yeah, and Falcon getting actually really low here, forced to use the thrusters there in the top lane, and now in the middle we do have a little bit of a fight here, but Luciferon falling back just a bit, and we do have Blackscorp getting very aggressive on ETC in the bottom lane, now having that immolation tone, able to take decent trades there, but we have some aggression onto Nicker here. Is he going to get picked off? But
that's
no.
so close there. Nicker really gotta be careful. And also in the bottom lane, unfortunately, Citro missed the power slide there. Otherwise, Illidan might have been stunned under 2 towers. It would have given him a nice chunk of damage there just by the buildings. But we have the first tribute, and that's kind of important because at the moment, Gamers2, they don't seem to move, and the ETC is being driven out by Plaque as such, which means this is an easy tribute for Liquid. They're just gonna accept the fact that it's going out.
Yeah, Gamers2 kind of just sacrificing that already, knowing that the Vikings could be used to soak the experience, but just really not in a position to go for that tribute anyways. And Blackscorp, wow, getting very close to taking out that ETC. But yeah, Sylvanas and Tassadar pushing back. Team Liquid in the middle there, and we do have Falcon almost dying off
look
here.
Top, one more hit was needed. Falcon, it's not enough, and now he's just TPing back, but also Grandpa Cat. Well, Falcon even interrupting his Hearthstone there because he knows that that was pretty risky. Top, they try to take out the towers, and bottom, it's kind of hard to look at it because Black actually dominated his lane. He got the towers out of ammunition, but now, oh, I think he might die there. Nice sleep over the Psionic Storm, but nope. He's going down for this. So the trade for those 2 towers is pretty much his life. Makes it a kinda even trade when we look at experience, and that means also we have a 7-7 standing now on the experience, and top tribute spawning at the same time. It looks like an easy claim. No! Interrupted last second there, and Lucifer actually coming in, but I'm not really sure if that's a position where you want to be in. Rhaegar being really low for this fight, and Sideshow coming in to the entire thing, which means, oh, they want to commit on that Lucifer. He's really low, but yeah, just throwing his sword far away. Ethereal's might, and there we go.
Nice double delay there by Lucifron, but the tribute eventually going to fall over to the side of Gamers2, but going back...
Bottom! Look at bottom, like, AD Hardy, he has so much trouble against Black. He was completely boxed in here in that small area, like nowhere to go, and then Black is just, wow. That guy on Illidan, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, Blackscorp showing a little bit of an overconfidence earlier, going back onto the Tassadar, getting picked off, but finally getting his revenge, and now he is back pushing down that bottom lane quite a bit, already taking out the wall there. And we have Vala and Malfurion facing off against Hammer in Rhaegar in top once again. The Vikings in mid against Sylvanas and Tassadar.
But that wraparound here, top Joey was already low, and like the damage, the healing over time by Leo was just not enough. At least the siege mode is a bit out of range for the towers, but bottom tribute spawns. I guess Vala respawns fast enough to maybe even get there. Black also has to be careful. Well, there is Nico coming in. I don't think they can interrupt this long enough for a real fight, but it seems like, well, Tassadar committed to it, but oh god, he has to already use the shift. The problem is when he comes out of it, he's getting bursted down, so a bad position for 2 RD there. That is just not the way you should do it. Black, oh, power slide through, helping him to get under the key, but the fact is, tribute is already gone, and that is also, of course, early level 10 for Liquid now, catching up there as they needed.
And not too much experience here being soaked for Team Liquid from the Lost Vikings. Actually, not even in first place for that experience gain, but the Team Liquid being quite conservative with the Vikings. Despite all of this, they do have that experience lead and the kill lead in this game.
Yep, and also top now, Falcon starting to play a lot more aggressive. He has Napalm, so he's gonna just spam it out and doing tons of siege damage there, obviously. And Malfurion alone can't really do anything, and Joey, he even misses his first attack there. It's, well, he was fishing for the bushes and hoping Falcon was there. It was not the case. At least both teams are now at level 11, but we see the tendency already. Liquid one level ahead, and we have to see if Gamers2 can somehow compensate this. At the moment it looks just like ETC is getting caught out. Well, there is the slow off the totem, even Farsight Vision just used for this. He has to get under that keep, but it's not really working. He's using Stage Dive directly just to get back in the base, but that of course is a very, very, I don't know, wasteful use of your ultimate, something you don't want to use it. Maybe he wanted even to Stage Dive back here exactly to this tribute spawning right now, and it's not just any tribute, it is possibly a third tribute for Liquid.
Yeah, gamers definitely want to contest this, but oh
Judgment!
my god!
Judgment on the on the Vala, so much burst damage coming there, but it's not enough. The Tranquility used just for one hero, so yes, they are alive for now. Also, Sideshow made it back. Illidan in the mid, again on the hunt, I guess, on Tassada. No, he's not even coming. Now he's taking up his mount and coming, but look at the Vikings. They just have to go back on those Vikings, and maybe Rhaegar going for the tribute. No, they're gonna commit for this fight. Ancestral healing, just keeping Falcon alive, and Metamorphosis on already low heroes. Is that enough to catch them? So far, nobody is dying. Sideshow is under focus. He's going down. Napalm would have been the last one, but someone was earlier. That means tribute in an easy position. Maybe AD/RD could maybe slow them down a tiny bit and then shift back, but it's just too risky. This is a curse, and a relatively early one.
Yeah, so far Team Liquid has been having the advantage in this game, and the first curse going over to them, and then a snap call to get the Grave Golem here is Team Liquid, and Gamers2 seems to be unaware of this as of yet, and it's gonna be a Grave Golem here for Team Liquid.
Maybe they are aware, and that's also the reason Sylvanas is, for example, just spending all her time in that bottom lane trying to like sort of equalize what they lost in experience there. I mean, experience-wise, it's not the end of the world. Actually, they're quite even right now. But of course, now that pressure that comes with the boss, there's just one tower left. The tower will just get one punch or two. That's pretty much it. So this one is going down. The question is it enough for a keep? The boss is working top. We have the entire team of Liquid working then in mid Farsight, given all the vision. There are only 3 defenders, well as the first target, and now Falcon there. The Ring of Death pretty much is up, and Black already going for that harass damage. That keep is definitely down. There's no way they can hold it.
Yeah, Team Liquid exploiting the fact they have that Grave Golem, pushing down the top lane, forcing Vala to not participate in that little standoff there, able to take up that mid fort. Another little advantage going over to Team Liquid there. And yeah, both teams now on that level 13 talent tier. Now Gamers2 equal on the talents, so they could potentially take a fight. And Team Liquid again going for a Grave Golem here, trying to capitalize on the position here of Jowie. Jowie knows this and he has to respond.
I think they come in. They won't let this boss get away. That's the big question here. Does it happen? Stage dive, yes, directly on the platform, but is that enough? Maybe pushing them off. Or is it enough? No, it's not enough. Like, it's still just a tiny millimeter, but all that damage, it's a huge cluster fight. I can't even see who is who, but at the moment I just say 3, 4 going down, and Sishu, I think you are the 5th one. Team Liquid wins that fight, gets the boss. This is a disaster. This is almost a 2 levels experience advantage fight for Team Liquid. That boss doing damage now, and they're probably gonna lose at least the towers in mid. What a disaster.
Team Liquid securing the ace there on the Gamers2, and now they're going to pick up some keep towers, and I just gotta feel that Gamers2, well, I don't know if they're gonna go for the keep here, but it looks like they're deciding to do a little bit of damage to it, but Team Liquid not wanting to throw away their lead, backing out here smartly, but they still have a 60% half about Grave Golem pushing down in the bottom, so this is going to allow Team Liquid to get even more of the mercenaries out here of Gamers2.
And it's crazy, like Liquid, they just won't let go. They're like a pit bull in your thigh. It just won't let go once it's in there, and that's the biggest problem. Like taking the chems directly at your doorstep, now going back, probably taking those bruises here as well as the giants. They completely paint the map red. There's not a single blue spot except for, of course, the blue base. That's pretty much all that's left at the moment on map presence for Gamers2. Like, this fight was a huge disaster. Of course, they won't give up. There are still some tributes to spawn. A fight they could take. I mean, they have the level 16 talent, so that's, of course, well, a bad thing for the next fight. But with some luck and a good execution, Gamers2 could still come back, win the tribute over, and then we have a pretty much equalized game, but then again, I don't think Liquid intends to give any fight away at this point. The tribute is not even contested, so what's the next step for Liquid, or for Gamers2 in that matter? Let them come?
Well, Gamers2 had to sacrifice that tribute. They are not on that level 16 talent tier, so they're just trying to soak experience and get level 16. They need a level 16 before they could even take a team fight. So not a massive level lead here for Team Liquid as of yet, but Team Liquid trying to force the issue just a little bit, now hitting level 17 to Gamers2's level 15. And again, we see that hammer poking at the keep, putting Gamers2 on a timer to react here. But I don't know if they're going to be able to hit level 16.
Falcon is just doing so much damage, and he's well protected by a wall of heroes where Gamers2 are not getting through. We don't have a mule picked up or anything, which means they can't heal the keep up. They could just shield it, but the problem is Liquid. They're just falling back. They know the tribute is coming. They know it's well protected. I don't think anything is happening here. Black Scorp, well, maybe a bit out of position or just there to scout what's coming. Gamers2, no, they're not going anywhere. They just kill the giants, and that's pretty much it. Liquid very systematically on the map, just claiming everything that's up, so the map stays pretty much red as they want it to be. And Gamers2 at the moment, they can just answer to any aggression that comes out of Team Liquid, but they have not given up. At the moment their base is still standing. They need one good fight, one really good fight.
Yeah, I have to feel that the next team fight may be over this Grave Golem here. If not that, possibly the tribute. Team Liquid could get the second curse of the game here if they get another tribute, but will it be a Grave Golem fight? Grave Golem now spawning on Team Liquid's side of the map, both teams posturing in this area, Vortex setting up the Vikings ahead of the rest of Team Liquid, but Gamers2 also trying to poke in here to see, is Team Liquid going for this Grave Golem? No, they're not. They are currently kind of in the middle, but Team Liquid kind of moving back up here to make sure Gamers2 doesn't go for a Grave Golem steal.
This vision is so important at the moment, like Tacitar's vision versus the Farsight from Rega, so important at this point. There is the next tribute. It could be a curse for Liquid, but I think Gamers2, this is the point where they have to fight, but oh, 280 RD, he's already in, taking tons of damage now, but maybe that's the good start. Maybe there was something already blown into it. No, it doesn't really look like. Now all the vision is coming up, mines, healing wall, everything is prepared for this fight. Falcon, is he coming for something? No, there's the stage dive, pushing him back, and Black Scorp gets the focus, but Metamorphosis just bring him out. The Wailing Arrow, it just didn't do anything. Black Scorp, is he going down? If he goes down, no! Ancestral Healing is going through. Pretty much the fight is reset. Now Vala just going for the YOLO damage, but is it enough at the moment? No one of Liquid is dropping. Well, the Ethereal is the first one, but it's a 1-for-2 trade right now. It's a 3-for-2, and oh my god, 280 RD. I don't think he's gonna make it out. It's a 2-for-5 trade. It was a good attempt, but it just didn't work out, and I think they're just gonna wait, get the Golem, then the tribute, and finish this game.
Yeah, once again, Team Liquid acing Gamers2. Such a nice fight there. The Ancestral landing just in time on Black Scorp. A Wailing Arrow did hit many of the members of Team Liquid, but Black Scorp being so smart and pulling him back just long enough to get that Ancestral and survive and clean up the rest of that fight. But again, Team Liquid delaying this tribute, going to delay the curse after they take the Grave Golem. Such nice optimization there by them, and yeah, they're way ahead on the race to 20, already halfway through level 19.
Yep, and it's getting worse. I mean, this is a curse, this is a golem coming your base way, and there's just no way they can fight around this boss. If they fight around this boss, they're gonna lose their top keep, and maybe even going through the core or anything like that. So it looks like Gamers2, however, they just want to go for it, at least slow it a bit down. But the problem is Liquid, they can just use this time, paint the entire map red again, prepare for the next tribute. And now Gamers2, they finally decided, by the time the Golem already works on the keep, they decide to come back and take it, but well, this is already too late. Keep is definitely going down, and well, in that pace, we might even see already damage on the core just by this Golem, and another Golem is coming their way. I just don't see it happening at the moment. How can Gamers2 defend this rush of golems, not to mention the entire Team Liquid roster coming along their way?
A full health Grave Golem for Team Liquid, pushing down this keep here. Well, Team Liquid themselves with the heroes pushing down the keep, making way for the Grave Golem to come. And I feel Gamers2, if they pick a fight here, it's going to be the end of the game. But what other chances do they have?
Oh, what a judgment into all four. They're getting pushed back. Well, they're pretty close to the fountain, so maybe not anyone is dying right here, but the fight on the core, that's the problem. The core not having enough HP just to survive this. The Golem is working on it, all heroes are working on it, Falcon is going down, but it's just a consolation prize right there. Well, that's what I always say. I think we need more HP on the core. A lot more.
Well, really nice play by Team Liquid. Just such a strong game there. 14 kills to 5.25. Such a nice showing there, and a very strong comp. We did talk about how Gamers2 comp does look pretty standard. It looks like they have a lot of diversity in their hero choices, but the specialized comp.
And look at the stats. I mean, yes, Black did a good job, but like Sergeant Hammer, like Falcon, really had a good time in this game. He sometimes in some fights he was actually for full duration almost in siege mode, just going full YOLO on it. There's of course the AoE splash effect on it as well. But to be honest, for me the MVP is the second last team fight, that ancestry healing on the Illidan. Like, that was Gamers2 only chance. If that Illidan would have dropped, maybe another outcome of this game, or at least the game being a bit longer. But the Illidan being healed from, I don't know, 5% to almost full HP there, just no way they could come back on us. They did a good attempt on it, but yeah, Gamers2, this is a 2-0 against you.
Yeah, the Wailing Arrow from Nicker did catch a lot of the members of Team Liquid there. Illidan almost did get picked off in that fight, but Blackscorp, being the great melee assassin player he is, pulled back just long enough to receive that ancestral healing and then clean up that team fight, resulting in another ace there for Team Liquid and a Grave Golem and a Curse. So very, very clean game there from Team Liquid. Can this team be stopped, Hefla?
Well, we will see. The next game is already a decider. It's a match point pretty much for Team Liquid, and just for the sake of, I don't know, having an amazing final, I don't want to see a 3-0, but that's what you get if you already have one advantage and then start with a nice game into a 2-0. Gamers2, they have to come back with an amazing draft, amazing execution, because Liquid, you can't joke around with these guys. Like, execution is just as good as Gamers2 won. So Liquid, one game. And for Gamers2, it's 3 games. That's the challenge. Either way, guys, we are back in about 2 minutes or so for the next draft. Possibly the last game of this grand final.
Stay tuned, guys.